get started.
Okay, did you already?
Count. Yeah,
Oh,
count.
we on.
Okay.
Shalom. We are the ISUBK coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, at the Commander General Yahan. And today's topic is, are the native Indians Israelites? Now, of course they are. You know, they fit every single curse. And what people get tripped up on, they get tripped up on why do they look the way that they do. You see what I'm saying? They're like, well, all the tribes are black. Yeah, they are black. You're right. Native Indians are black. Even the ones that look like, even the ones that are of the seed of Negro descent and look damn near white, are the ones that are of Negro descent that look damn near like a Chinese man. Those are still Israelites. That's what we got to understand. You can't just stomp and destroy the seed like that. You just can't stomp out the seed.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? An apple seed or, a pear seed or whatever. An apple and a pear, an apple can be green just like a pear.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? An apple can be green just like a pear, but that doesn't change what it is because it takes on a different physical characteristic. You see what I'm saying? An apple seed is going to produce an apple. Regardless of what the apple looks like, it can produce, a green apple, a yellow apple, or a red apple. But when it all boils down, they're still apples. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So now, when you look also into the history, of the slave trade, Native Indians were sold on the slave ships also. As a matter of fact, they were taken and they were sold for like 220 shillings over in Europe. They were loading them on the slave ships also, the same damn thing. They was loaded just like they did with us. See, what people don't understand, with the slave trade was kind of similar to the dope trade. You see what I'm saying? Dope is shipped all over the world. People love dope. Cocaine. People love cocaine.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And cocaine don't only go from one place to the next place. No, it gets distributed all over the world. People love cocaine.
Right.
Just like they love having Hebrew slaves. You see what I'm saying? Because that produced wealth for them. These brothers, the Indian brothers and sisters, they fit the curses just like we do. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times we gotta quiet the spirit in ourselves, that sits there and says, well, all of the tribes is only, Negro looking. We gotta really, because a lot of us is producing kids that don't look like Negroes. You know what I'm saying? These same brothers is running around trying to tell you that Native Indians ain't Israelites. They'll have a child with a white woman that look like a goddamn Arab or something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But they'll say he's an Israelite. You see the hypocrisy? They'll say he's an Israelite. And then, on top of that, you'll have light-skinned brothers that have a child with a white woman. You know what I'm saying? What the hell do you think that's going to produce? The child is going to come out looking like them.
Right.
9 times out of 10, the child's going to come out looking a lot like the damn one. But you can't change the seed. The seed is what it is.
Right.
You got war babies in like Vietnam that were the children of black American soldiers. But then you look at their offspring now, right? The Vietnam War ended in like 1975, the years that I was born. You know what I'm saying? Now, fast forward that, 42 years later, they having children with Asian women. So what are the children going to come out looking like? You know what I'm saying? The children are going to come out, they're going to come out looking damn near like Bruce Lee.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when they judging, who's an Israelite and who ain't, they judging pretty much based on looks. on the way you look. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, let's go into some of the curses that our native Indian brothers and sisters also went through just like us. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, and we'll start at verse 30.
Oh, God. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
Now, it said thou shalt betroth a wife, meaning you will get engaged to a woman, right? Now, what was the slave tradition? The slave tradition was master had to have her first.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They did the same damn thing. You see what I'm saying? They did the same damn thing to the native Indians. If he had a wife, you know what I'm saying? A native Indian man had a wife, you know, the damn white man would sit there, take her and rape her, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then throw her back on him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? The same damn thing they do with our women. They deal with our women. They will have her first, and then y'all can go jump the broom. You see what I'm saying? That is also a curse that they also went under. Now, when you talk about other races, did they go up under this specific curse as a whole? No, they did not. Because like in the, say for instance, in the Vietnam War and all that, they say, well, see, they raped all kind of women. These women, a lot of these women were already harlots. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these women were already harlots. And they took, you know, and when it talks about, you know, another man lying with her, the Vietnamese had power to fight. You see what I'm saying? They had power to fight against the people that was doing that. Just like in the Arab land, you know, they was doing the same things over there. That's why Arabs are lighter skinned like what they were, because back in the day, a few hundred years ago, Arabs were dark. They were dark as hell.
Right.
They were damn near Negro looking.
Right.
But then you look at the Arabs today, because a lot of them Arab men took on Russian wives. You see what I'm saying? And they produced children and produced mulattoes. I mean, hell, it's not rocket science. I mean, this is simple stuff right here. And all of these people are sitting there talking about that the native Indians ain't Israelites. A lot of these people got light-skinned kids they damn self. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't quick to say that they ain't Israelites. And you know what? If those same Negroes was in China, they would be running around with Chinese women and producing children that look Chinese. You see what I'm saying? And they will not say that those children ain't black. They will tell you up and down that child's black. You see what I'm saying? They'll go on it, well, 1/8 of one drop of black blood, you're black. They'll go right on that. But then they'll sit there and say the native Indians, oh no, they ain't black. They're something else.
Right.
And then they go as far as to say that the Cubans, the black Cubans now, see, they say that's Judah. You know what I'm saying? But then they'll say that the lighter skinned ones are Spaniards. Well, if that's the damn case, then where are the other 10 tribes at? Nobody knows where they at. Nobody knows about that. Bullshit. We all started out looking alike. Matter of fact, when you look at it'd be nice if I could pull it up. The documentary when Fidel Castro first came into power. When you look at the people that was in Cuba, at that time in the 50s, they were still dark as I don't know what, and that wasn't Judah. That was Manasseh. You see what I'm saying? Because they under this sway that Joseph, because he was Jacob's favorite, they think he must have been white. He must have been light-skinned because he was Jacob's favorite. You see what I'm saying? these Israelites that are not in the ISUPK that know that they're Israelites, they still bear the same damn self-hatred as the Christian do.
Right.
It's the same, they just know that they're Israelites. Right. That's the only damn difference. Right. They just know they're Israelites. But they still bear the same self-hatred. They think Joseph was light-skinned, you know what I'm saying, and had blue eyes and all of that. Joseph looked like an Egyptian, just like Moses did. You see what I'm saying? And he even married an Egyptian woman who just as black as him and produced 2 sons, Ephraim and Manasseh.
Right.
Now you know why. When you look at that clip of Fidel Castro coming into power, and you see brothers kicking it out on the porch and all that, and they black as a damn ace of spades, those are Joseph's children. You see what I'm saying? That's not Judah. We look at Judah, we think the tribes are all the skin color and a look. You know what I'm saying? We think that all the tribes are a color. We think Judah, okay, Judah black, you know what I'm saying? But then Ephraim and them, they light-skinned, you know what I'm saying? Everybody just light-skinned. And that's how it started that way. No, it didn't start that damn way. You see what I'm saying? We all started looking like one another. You see what I'm saying? Issachar started out looking like us. You see what I'm saying? Gasper Younger, the story of Gasper Younger, if you can, Trooper, see if you can pull that up right quick. The image of Gasper Younger. Now that's Issachar. You see what I'm saying? That's an Issacharite man. Gasper Younger led a revolution down in Mexico. And he damn slaughtered and had the damn Spaniards in fear. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and go on further into that scripture. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her. Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. Now, this gets down to the wire now. What people built houses and build houses right now that another man lives in. You see what I'm saying? And when it talks about not dwelling therein, it also is talking about you having ownership of the damn house. You see what I'm saying? As a whole, we don't own much real estate. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we don't own much real estate at all. But you got an Asian man that comes to this place, or a white man, or whatever they are, Arab man, they're going to own that house. They're going to own it. That's going to be their house. While we will be renting. You see what I'm saying? All the Issacharites and everything that live around here, they rent just like we do. They're not owning these houses. They're allowed to only own a certain portion of stuff, and then we'll even look to the point to where we'll sit there and say, well, they see, well, the Native Indians got the casinos. The Native Indians don't have the casinos. It's a matter of the white man who claims to be a Native Indian has the damn casinos. He's the one that owns that. It's not the damn casino owners are white men with a jade necklace on and 2 braids. You see what I'm saying? That's who's owning the damn casinos. And in a lot of cases, they're Jewish. Claiming to be a Native Indian. And some of them having tans. Looking somewhat like a Gadite. They are the ones that own the casinos. How many Jewish men do you see laid out drunk some damn where with a bottle? Laid out on the damn corner and full of despair. You don't see that much. You see what I'm saying? But you will see natives like that. You will see them, they locking natives up just for having, they making it damn near a law to where the natives can't even drink. They can't even have a beer. They locking them up for having alcohol. After they done flooded them with the damn alcohol and put them in all types of despair and oppression. So he trying to drink his sorrows away. Now they saying, oh, now you got to go to jail. We're going to lock you up. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right. Google. It's I don't know what's wrong.
Can't-
Nah, it keeps shutting down.
Okay, no problem, no sweat. We'll just keep going.
Come on, God.
Thou shalt build an house, and thou shalt not dwell therein. You will build. Okay, go ahead. Drew.
I was gonna say the slaves built the White House.
Right. And the Hispanics are known for building houses and everything now, but are they dwelling in those houses that they're building?
Right.
They're not dwelling in them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They're building houses for white people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Come on.
White people are getting all the benefits, and they're sitting there underpaying them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They're sitting there, they can pay them $6 a damn hour and everything to build a house.
Oh God.
You see what I'm saying? That they will not dwell in, while the white man is sitting there, you know, and totally enjoying the damn house. And thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant a vineyard, and shalt not gather the grapes thereof. California is known for being what? It's known for being wine country, ain't it? California is known for all types of wineries and stuff like that. This curse is dead the hell on. You see what I'm saying? Show me any other race other than blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that are building, that are sitting there pressing grapes and tending to wine vineyards and all of that. That they do not, none of their people own. Who are they putting in them wineries and them vineyards and all that to mash the grapes and all of that? They're putting Hispanics there. This is fulfilling that curse. You see what I'm saying? And you look at all the wines, the fine wines. You know, all the wines, whether they fine or not. You know, you got Carlos Rossi, a damn Spaniard that enslaved Hispanics and started a wine company making Carlos Rossi and then became a billionaire. Name some other big time wine people, winemakers. People that own all types of wineries and all of that. Who they got in the vineyards that's working for little or nothing? This is that curse right here. Yeah, it's not a bunch of Vietnamese. And if it was Vietnamese, they would work there for a specific amount of time. Then they would have their own wineries or their own business or whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? They would be indentured servants working for a specific amount of time. Then they would have their own company. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody that comes to America who's known as the land of milk and honey has to pay dues.
Right.
And those dues are indentured servitude. That's why when you be on your slavery, you be on your job, you working next to an Arab. You working next to a Bosnian. You working next to somebody from Turkey, somebody from Yemen. You see what I'm saying? But you'll start to notice something. As you start to work there for a while, they'll start to disappear. You're still there if they ain't fired you. You'll still be there. If you're there for 30 years, you'll see all of these people come and go. But another thing that you will see, you will also, and when you run into them a few years later, you'll see them owning a big house. You'll see them owning a nail salon. You see what I'm saying? You'll see them owning some type of business because they served out their indentured servitude. Now they've moved up the pyramid in America while you're still at the bottom of it. That's how America works. Let me go on. Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. What is this talking about? The trooper, do you know anything about what this is talking about? Trooper right here.
God, go read one more time.
Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes. The buffaloes that was slaughtered in America. When the white man come and slaughtered 40,000 buffaloes that belonged to who?
The native.
You know, right. Speak it up.
The Gadites.
Right. Or go ahead and say the native Indians.
The native Indians.
Right. Thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Means, what does this mean? You will not benefit off the slaying of that ox. You won't wear the fur. You won't eat of the meat. They will just be slaughtered and killed right in front of your face. And you know what the white man also did too? He showed forth his evil countenance as he did it, showing that was, that was the damn devil right there. The devil was being manifest right in front of him.
Damn right.
You see what I'm saying? And who was his wrath and anger towards? His wrath and anger was towards the Israelites. You see what I'm saying? Specifically in that case, the tribe of Gad, who is the native Indian. And I have yet to see any of you fake Israelite groups, or a lot of them even in groups. A lot of them are lone wolf Israelites.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They congregate with a bunch of other hard-headed niggas just like them, right. Every week, every Sabbath, you know what I'm saying? Right. All of them are divided from each other.
Right.
Because hell, they don't even see each other during the week or none of that. They don't communicate with each other. You see what I'm saying? There's no orders given. Right. There's no anything. They only come there at that specific time, and each one of them got revelation. You see what I'm saying? Each one of them got a song. Each one of them got a dance. Each one of them got a testimony where they crying and all of that. But each one of them are also divided from each other.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
They're in the same building, but they have nothing to do with each other. There's no bond between them. And each one of them is competing over the knowledge that they got in competition with each other. You see what I'm saying? And these groups right here, these people right here, if they ain't learned the breakdowns and everything from One West, they're just doing some gypsy shit. You know what I'm saying? They're like Israelite gypsies and shit. Except, hell, at least the gypsies were damn banded together at least. But these people, the only banding they have is on Facebook. You see what I'm saying? That's the only band that they have. You see, and they all said that they only band with that, but they never see each other. And if they do see each other, it's like it's only a competition thing. It's not even a brotherhood thing or none of that. And other than that, they still got all the same demons as the Christian church.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? All the same damn demons. And these people are running around, these are the same ones that are running around trying to tell us, trying to tell everybody that the Gadites, the native Indians, are not Israelites. But at the same time, you know what they can't do? They can't tell you who they are. That's awfully funny. You see what I'm saying? If you're going to sit there and say who somebody is not, then you should be studied enough to tell people who they are and be able to prove it according to the Bible.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
Be diligent in your scholarship. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna prep yourself up as a Bible scholar. Be diligent in it and study it and be able to break that down according to the Bible and historical documents, putting them together. Because a lot of people will sit there and study, secular knowledge or whatever, but will not couple it with the Bible. You see what I'm saying? And if they do, they'll hit you with 1 or 2 scriptures. They'll do just like what the Christian pastor will do. And act like they're proving a point. Let's go with thine ox shall be slain before thine eyes, and thou shalt not eat thereof. Thine ass shall be violently taken away from before thy face, and shall not be restored to thee. Thy sheep shall be given unto thy enemies, and thou shalt have none to rescue them. This is native Indian history. This is history that is written not only by the native Indians, but also by white people too. Proving who these people are. All right, go ahead, give me verse 32 to
Come on.
Kashwan.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thy eyes shall look, and fail with longing, and them all the day long.
Now think about it. Boarding houses. They had boarding houses for native Indian children, and they were beaten if they spoke their own language. They were beaten, severely and severely punished, and in some cases they would even cut out the tongues just for speaking their native tongue. Now, why would they do that? Now, the white man has also went into China and places like that, but they were able to keep their language.
Right.
He's went to the Arab countries and but they were all able to keep their own languages. It's only one nation of people that it was punishable by getting your tongue cut out and deaf if you spoke your own damn native tongue. And that only happened to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's it.
That's it.
You see what I'm saying? That only happened to us.
That's right.
Because you had brothers that came over here speaking Hebrew. You had brothers that they said they're talking about we couldn't read and all of that. A lot of brothers could read and speak 3 or 4 languages, just like what the Apostle Paul could do. You know what I'm saying? The Apostle Paul could speak Latin, Greek, and Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? Which a lot of the apostles could do. And so a lot of brothers knew how to speak Hebrew, you know what I'm saying, how to speak Hebrew and Spanish. And I mean, think about it. Christopher Columbus came over here, you know, with brothers. They could speak. How the hell, now, if the native Indians wasn't speaking Hebrew, then how the hell did Christopher Columbus come over here with brothers to translate with him?
Right.
He didn't speak Hebrew.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
He spoke Spanish.
Oh, God.
So that means that the brothers that he had with him was able to communicate with him and the Indians and translate. Now, if they wasn't Hebrews, then how the hell was Hebrews able to translate with them? You see what I'm saying? And you had Hebrews all throughout Spain and Portugal and all of that. That were there. That matter of fact, one of the Apostle Paul's voyages was to Spain. Now what the hell was he going there if there wasn't no Hebrews there then? As a matter of fact, I'm going to go into a scripture and prove that. I think it's Romans, let me see. I think it's Romans 16, if I'm not mistaken. See if you can pull that up for me, Trooper. The Apostle Paul in Spain.
Oh, God.
We were all throughout Europe. See what I'm saying? We was all throughout there during the time. So now it makes plenty of sense of how, you know, how the Apostle Paul, how Christopher Columbus was able to take blacks from Spain and bring them over and translate with the Indians. At that time, the Indians were still black. If you can't find it, no sweat, don't worry about it. We'll just keep on going. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. Was there any might in the hand of the native Indians to get their children back that were rounded up and took into these damn boarding houses? No,
Right.
there was not. There was no might in their hand to rescue. The fruit of thy land and all thy labors shall a nation which thou knowest not eat up, and thou shalt be only oppressed and crushed always. Now you know why the native Indian will be out there on the corner with a fifth of liquor, laid out on the damn sidewalk. You see what I'm saying? Now people understand. Now you know why this is. That is feeling the curses right there. And see, and people can't sit there and say, well, you know, there was poverty in all around the world. Poor people all over the world. But you know what? You take some of these same poor people that are all over the world, and you bring them to America, which is their heaven. They get up over Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. They could be the dirtiest mud hut people from Africa, or the damn dog eaters from China, Vietnam, or wherever. The lowest of the low, the basest people, could come over here and get it over us. And it's not because they work hard or any of that. It's because that's the way that America has it set up to help to crush America's enemy, the white man's chief enemy, which is the 12 tribes of Israel. And thou shalt be mad for the sight of thy eyes which thou shalt see. The Lord shall smite thee in the knees and in the legs with the sore botch that cannot be healed from the sole of thy foot unto the top of thy head. What is this? Smallpox. What did the conquistadors come over here and bring? They brought smallpox to the native Indians, which caused the sore from the crown of their head unto the soles of their foot. Right. And killed many of them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? When you look at the book of Job, Satan hit Job with sores all over his body. You see what I'm saying? Job was an Israelite going up under that specific curse. So what was the native Indians going up under? The same damn thing. You see what I'm saying? The Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee. Now, think about this. You and your king will go into captivity. Right? A lot of the brothers and sisters that they rounded up from Africa and brought here were of royal seed. They also took native Indian chiefs and rounded them also up and sold them as slaves. You see what I'm saying? Took the gloriously feathered crown up off their head and threw them right in chains. Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. So when they sat there and say, well, everybody was a slave, they wasn't taking the chief of everybody and enslaving them. You see what I'm saying? When they took another nation into captivity, they weren't taking their kings and making their kings into slaves. They wasn't doing that. They was respecting them to some level according to their dignity. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like if they was to sit there and take and subdue Korea right now, they wouldn't sit there and take the Samsung family and put them in slavery. You see what I'm saying? They wouldn't do that. The Samsungs, they're making Samsung electronics and televisions and all of that. They're a chief family in Korea. Right. They wouldn't sit there and take them and make them into slaves. Right. Instead, they would make a league with them, you know what I'm saying, and be like, how can we resolve our problem? Right. You see what I'm saying? Right. Just like they do with all the chief people up on the face of the planet. You see what I'm saying? And they would use them, to help them to control their people. You see what I'm saying? And they would even intermarry with them. You see what I'm saying? Making a league between the Samsung family and the damn DuPonts. You see what I'm saying? Just like what certain families have did over in like Russia and all that, with certain prominent Chinese families. You see what I'm saying? And the Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, into a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there shalt thou serve other gods, wood and stone. What do the native Indians do?
Right.
They do the same thing right here. I want you to go to verse 37.
Come on, God. And verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations. Within the Lord shall lead thee.
So it says, and thou shalt become a proverb and an astonishment. What is an astonishment? Anybody tell me what astonishment is? You know, Truba, what astonishment? Astonishment is a pitiful amazement. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, damn.
God.
You know what I'm saying? It'd be like say for instance, you walk out the door one day and you see, you know, niggas laying dead everywhere. You're gonna be astonished, like, God damn, what the hell? What happened here? That's an astonishment right there.
Oh God.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh God.
A proverb. What is the proverb? Atlanta Braves. The logo for Atlanta Braves. You see what I'm saying? You look at how many native Indians are logos for things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They do them the same way they do us. They put us on the damn cream of wheat box. You know what I'm saying? We the cream of wheat man. We Uncle Ben.
Right.
After they done destroyed the hell out of us, they done took a proverb is like a mocking tall tale. You know what I'm saying? You know, proverb is whoever that is, pat him down. It's just not a.
That's cat.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. Yeah, proverb is a tall tale. You know, a tall tale of mocking. And a byword among all nations, whither the Lord shall lead thee. That byword, what is the byword for the natives? Do you know, Truba?
Salaki. La.
They call them, what do they call them? The Indians. They make it like it's a good thing now because a lot of white people claim to be Indians. But back in the day, they was just Indians. They didn't even call them Indians. They called them Indians. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, you know, just calling them a nigga. You know what I'm saying? The Indian actually comes from the word that means savage.
Right.
And they were calling them red savages. You know what I'm saying? We be thinking that you got some brothers, some dumbass brothers out there running around thinking that the natives are Esau.
Right.
Because they called red. You know what I'm saying? They were calling them red savages. They were calling them red because red was the most common war paint that they used to wear. You see what I'm saying? They put that red paint on, you know what I'm saying, and go to war against the enemies. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call it war paint. It was red because hell, you can ready to go out there and you can ready to kill some damn body. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can ready to go out there and you can ready to slaughter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That red, you know what I'm saying? You put it means you out for blood. You know what I'm saying? That's why the white man called them red savages. He didn't call them that because they were red. You know what I'm saying? Hell, they were dark as hell. They was my color. You know what I'm saying? Captain Soccer War's color. Captain Hamakwar's color. You know what I'm saying? But the red was the most common paint that they would wear. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them also were even still, a lot of them were still even taking on the Hamite traditions. Just like when you see the Hamites, they put that red all over themselves, cover themselves, they have dreadlocks and all that with red all in it. They were even doing that too. You see what I'm saying? A lot of the Gadites took on a whole lot of African cultures. That's why when you see pictures of Gadite warriors, he ain't got no goddamn shirt on.
Right.
We didn't go to war like that. You know, he ain't got on no goddamn shirt. He got a bow, and he got one statue in Chicago. This nigga on a horse naked. You know what I'm saying? Right. We didn't do that shit. That wasn't our culture. We didn't do that. God. We took on a lot of the cultures of the damn Hamites and all that. When you look at Shaka Zulu and them, they in the same type of, you know, layout. You know what I'm saying? They had it damn near fully naked. They got the little loin thing on. You know what I'm saying? The little loin cloth or whatever the hell you call it, covering up their genitals and all that. That's not our culture. That's stuff that we picked up. You know what I'm saying? Our peoples picked that garbage up from the heathen nations. You see what I'm saying? And you even have Gadites that still try to embrace those traditions and all that, you know. Some of them even knowing that they Israelites and all that, you know, still trying to embrace that and say, see, this is Gad. Now, in reality, it wasn't Gad. It's fucking Ham. You know what I'm saying? But let me read on, though, because we are people that's always been covered. We ain't been a people that's, you know, run around trying to show off our physique and our muscles and shit, you know what I'm saying? We wasn't like that. That's the stuff that we picked up. You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, let's go to verse 38.
Verse 38. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shalt gather but little in.
You shall carry out much seed out, but shall gather in little. Means you would do all this work, but then you would only get paid little payment. What do the natives get? They get the same thing as, you know, the Hispanics and blacks. They get the same thing. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They sow much seed out, but they reap very little in. You see what I'm saying? That's part of the oppression. You know what I'm saying? Sowing out much seed, but getting in a very little harvest. Now, let's we at 38? Let's do 38, and then we're gonna go to Jeremiah 49:1 after that. All right.
You want to read the whole 38?
Yeah, go ahead, hit that 38 for me.
Verse 38. Thou shalt carry much seed out into the field, and shall gather but little in, for the locust shall consume it.
Oh, for the locust shall consume it. Now here's the thing that they got blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians thinking. They got us thinking that we are the consumers. We think that us going out and buying things is consuming. That's not consuming. You see what I'm saying? Consumer has the ability to take. A swarm of locusts don't come and buy shit. You see what I'm saying?
God.
A swarm of locusts, what do they do? You put a swarm of locusts in the field, what are they going to do? They're going to go eat up every goddamn thing, and they're not going to pay for nothing. They're going to devour it all up. We, on the other hand, will get our $300 check a week and go and buy something that costs more than we can afford.
Right.
So what's being consumed? You know, who's being the consumer? The person that produces the product, that has the product. We produce. We're the producers. You see what I'm saying? Because without our slave labor, right, of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, without that, there would be, without us producing, the locust, who was the white man, would have nothing to consume. Right. He's the consumer. We're not.
Right.
We are the producers.
Right.
We produce wealth for everybody. You go to jail, you're producing wealth for somebody. You work a job, you're producing wealth for somebody. You pay rent, you're producing for somebody. You go and you buy a pack of cigarettes, you're producing wealth for somebody. You see what I'm saying? That's the reason why if blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians were to gather together today and leave America, they will come after us just like what Pharaoh came after us during the time of Egypt. Right. You'll see every goddamn Hummer, every tank, you will see every police car, you would see every damn thing. That's why they're doing all this construction on these damn roads and all of that, and these highways and stuff like that. That's why they're doing that, because they have to have a way, the central points where they can get at us. because they so goddamn scared that we're going to exit this place. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
They're so scared that we're going to come together as a nation and exit. That's why they're doing all of that. What they call infrastructure, building the highways, strengthening them to where tanks, jeeps, Hummers, all of that could come across and they'd be able to support the weight. You see what I'm saying? In ancient Egypt, they had to have a way to get to us from all the points of Egypt. You see what I'm saying? Because we were all in one place. You see what I'm saying? So they had to have roads and highways and everything that they would be able to get to us fast at. That would go like through residential neighborhoods and be like a straight shot. You see what I'm saying? Because I can't picture no nigga keep turning the damn chariots around houses and all of that shit. I can't see that. You see what I'm saying? I can't see that. All the swarms of vehicles just turning and weaving around. No. That's why they have to have roads that lead. Just like it's an old saying, all roads lead to Rome. You know what I'm saying? That old saying, they have to have roads to lead to the places where we're at. You know what I'm saying? Because they're expecting something. You see what I'm saying? All right. Go ahead. Finish out. Go ahead and read the second part. For the locust shall consume it.
For the locust shall consume it.
What did the native Indians call the white man? They called them the locust people. Because what do? They come and they devour up everything. God. You know, and like I said, they try and act like we're the ones that do it because we get an EBT card. So we're the ones that devouring up everything. That EBT card that we get, that provides wealth for every damn body else. You see what I'm saying? That's why they're slow with cutting off food stamps. Right. See what I'm saying? Right. And when they start to cut food stamps off, when they really cut it off, that's when the foreigners is going to want to get up and leave. Because we enrich them.
Right.
They're eating on us.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We're not swarming where the hell everybody else is at and devouring up their stuff. They coming where we're at and eating us. You see what I'm saying? We are the producers. They are the consumers. If we were the consumers, then why the hell would they want to keep us here? You see what I'm saying? Why the hell would they want to keep us here? There's going to be one time that, just like it was in ancient Egypt, when we became the consumers, is when the Most High carried out judgment up on the Egyptians and put the wealth of the Egyptians up on us. Then they said, y'all got to go. You see what I'm saying? Now y'all got to go. Because we got the wealth, you know what I'm saying, of Egypt. We ain't got the wealth of Egypt right now. We ain't got the wealth of America. We on the damn bottom producing wealth for every damn body else. You see what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna give a damn about a leech being on you. Right. You gonna want to throw them and get them the hell off of you, right? If we the leeches, then why the hell do they love us to stick to them?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Why the hell they love? They're feeding on us.
Right.
We're feeding them. You know what I'm saying? Just like you cut off somebody's food, they're gonna be ready to get violent, right? So when we separate from them, what are they going to be ready to do? They're going to be ready to get violent because we are food. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are food for white people and all the other nations that are around about us. Now let's go more into the reason of why they look the way that they do. Let's go into Jeremiah chapter 49 and 1. Now, during the time of the Assyrians, the 10 tribes were taken captive. They were taken and rounded up, and taken captive with the king of Assyria. Now, the king of Assyria didn't keep all of them, so we all wasn't in Assyria. You see what I'm saying? You had a portion that was in Assyria. You had a portion that was in this land. A portion that was, we was distributed out. You see what I'm saying? The king of Assyria was being liberal with his slaves. You see what I'm saying? Just like in the transatlantic slave trade, every slave didn't come to the United States. They didn't round us all up and bring us to Virginia. You see what I'm saying? We were distributed out and moved around. You see what I'm saying? Just like they move us around on the damn stock exchange in New York right now. We've been moved around on the damn NASDAQ. That's why in prisons, you don't stay in the prison. You don't stay in one prison too long. You shift it and move.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
You be in one prison 1 minute. You be there 6, 7, 8 months, whatever. Then they move you to another.
Right.
Then they move you to another.
Right.
And then they move you to another. That's how they moving you around on the stock market and all that. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, is playing the stock market and getting filthy damn rich. Well, it's the same damn thing they did to us in slavery, and it's also the same damn thing that the king of Assyria did to us also. Because what do they want to do? What do every king that's on top of the world to make a life with everybody? You see what I'm saying? With everybody, then you start to get allies. Around. You know what I'm saying? You move money around to stop other powerful nations to want to come against you. Like a mob, you know what I'm saying? The mob bosses that live to be old and all of that, a lot of the times they made money that would in otherwise be the if you made money for everybody, that was almost like a insurance. If you made money, king. If a king and ensure his top thing, he's made. You see what I'm saying? The king of Assyria took that's how Jeremiah 49.
Jeremiah, thus saith the Lord, have
Who are the Ammonites today, Trouble? Do you know? Lord's like to the Ammonites, does Israel have no sons? Right? Go ahead.
Have he have he no hire?
Sons, what are sons supposed to be? Sons are supposed to be an inheritance, right? But the Israel that's in the land of Ammon, right? And you just get them.
God.
You know what I'm saying? King inherit Gad. Wow, wait a minute. So what is this talking about? This is talking about Gad being in the land of the Japanese. Right?
Come.
And see, not only this, but the Ammonites, according to this, were treating the Gadites, they were pretty good. They were mighty warriors. They were good to be used. Now, when you go to Rose Samurai, remember that cartoon?
Oh, God.
The land was in
Japan.
Right. And he was the military in the kingdom. Get the military. What you usually get here. So when the Japanese military, the tribe of Gad was in the Japanese military. That woman was
right.
Now you got this brother, Chinese one, they love us like they and they like between their Negro father and their mother with this light hair.
Right.
You take those genes and you mix them to what you coming up with. Skin man.
God.
Is going to look somewhat like unto her. And if you had her hair is like that straight, you know, shiny black hair. You have an afro. What is her hair? Right. It's gonna start to look kind of like that. Bro, you know what I'm saying? And he's gonna start to change a bit. He's, you know, he'll have the bigger and everything of his father. You know what I'm saying? He will still look like her. He fool in life. He could have said one wise thing. You'll remember. That's the natural connection between the father and the son, or the father and his offspring. You see what I'm saying? So now, take that child, right? Him, but then he Asian woman also. You see what I'm saying?
Oh God.
He marries an Asian woman. What is that child going to look like? He's going to start to come out looking majority.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Moab. You see what I'm saying? Because we was also in the land of Moab on the same stuff. Look at the Benjamites today. Benjamites, they are not even looking like the Benjamites 50 years ago. So, now, East End. I've seen a lot of that, and you see a lot of that now.
Oh God.
You know, where one of them East End talking about the Hispanics and all of that ain't Israelites, they cutting their damn selves. But they won't sit there and tell you that those ain't Israelites. You see what I'm saying? It's Israel. You see what I'm saying? But then they'll tell you the natives. Let's go forward. The second part. Let's start with that.
Why then doth their king inherit Gad, and his people dwell in his cities?
And it said what? His people dwell what?
In his cities.
In the cities of who?
The Ammonites.
In the city of Ammonites. And you know, everywhere we're irresistible to their women. And we move us in the first damn place. So what did we do when we got there? Start getting with they women. Time ago, the time whoredoms with the daughters. Fornication with the daughters of Moab. So now we were producing children that look like what?
The Moabs.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Come on.
Also, too, in South America, you got Peruvians, you got the tribe of Naphtali down there, and Asher and Judah, you know what I'm saying, down there. But, that into South America during the time of, you see what I'm saying? They took them apart in the slave trade down there also. You see what Gasteo Gracie was a politician that was in Gasteo Gracie, his brothers, right?
God.
His father was Gasteo Gracie. On the board, you see what I'm saying? That America, you know what I'm saying, that they were able to get in. You see what I'm saying? So now they gets with a lot of them produce. You see what I'm saying? These men, they got with a Hebrew woman of the tribe of Naphtali or Asher or whatever, and they produce daughters. You see what I'm saying? Now this Israelite man look like what? The white too. You got the same man that's look half Japanese, straight up nigga. You need to get him a damn white woman, or Spanish or Portuguese woman. You know what I'm saying? What is that child coming out looking like? You see what I'm saying? And then South America, they wasn't race mixing and shit. You had black dudes, he could mess around with Portuguese, you know what I'm saying? So die hard back here. You see what I'm saying? America, word here. You know? So you had a so the damn China. Now you got Chinese woman, you know what I'm saying? She's the damn man of Asher. You know what I'm saying? Lusting after a brother from Judah. You see what I'm saying? They produce a lot. Same thing with Mexico. A lot of the 10 tribes, they also Asian. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them look Asian themselves. You was a mix, blacks and Asians. When you look at the William Lawrence Cat, black Indians, they show the one. You know what I'm saying? And they also that also were lighter skinned. You see what I'm saying? Still damn try. You see what I'm saying? Now let's go to chapter 11. But they look like Mongoloids, and they such and such a, because they do have some of those genes. They do. But Israel the seed of determines what the child is. You see what I'm saying? It's simple. You know, truth is simple. It's complicated. You know what I'm saying? And confusing. Just like I said, we was to the you think we would be in a land of and they won't put strong, fierce ass fighting niggas. And on top of that, you know, was just falling over Hebrew brothers because for one thing, you know, we was there, we was known as some of the damn greatest samurais.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We were known just like in sport contact. How we kicking all kind of best swordsman was niggas. You know what I'm saying? Best, you know, dude. The best kung fu were blacks. You know what I'm saying? Excelled the charts in every damn thing. You know, they were us in the military. So we were good with it. Just our parents, just who you and they will put him in a leadership position. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they don't even black. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just his image alone, you know what I'm saying? Let's see. So they know the Gadites, that's okay, let me bring it also. A lot of the Japanese, the Yakuzas and everything got names that they go apart. Like that. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Native Indians, they got the same kind of names. You see what I'm saying? They got names, Hawk. You know what I'm saying? Some stuff like that. You know, these have the same name. So what's the link? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's got to be a damn link somewhere, and that link is Jeremiah chapter in the first verse. You see what I'm saying? Right. Now let's go to you chapter and verse 13. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't so fierce. Afro you know what I'm saying? They know history. Hollywood out with everything. They know about this history. You see? And a lot of brothers said the Japanese was black and all of that. Even Japanese. These were niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh God.
Like sports. You know, we have plenty of you know what I'm saying? You got Kevin Randleman. Hell, Bandalay Silver. It was filled up with black swordsmen were in damn feudal Japan. You see what I'm saying? They were niggas. And they bury that history because they hate us. You see what I'm saying? Okay, go ahead, give me that. Give me some more of that.
2 Chronicles, chapter 11, verse 13. And the priests and all, so like, and the priests and the Levites that were in all Israel restored it to him out of their coasts. For the Levites left their substance and came to Judah and Jerusalem.
Okay. Now, wait a minute, hold on. Take that from the top. Slow a little bit.
Second Chronicles 13. The priests and the Levites that were all Israel restored it to him out of their coasts.
This time of that there was a split in the kingdom. You had Rehoboam that was in the southern kingdom, and the northern kingdom. Idols and all of that, and his own priest, his own polluted priesthood and all of that, right? But the people who were faithful to the Lord, that were in the 10 tribes, that were in the northern kingdom in Israel, everybody didn't go to serve the Lord. And when they wanted to sacrifice to the Lord, they were scared to put to death by Jeroboam. So they had to leave. You had a piece of Gad. You had a piece. You had a piece of a piece of Ephraim, a piece of all the tribes. They came into Judah. You see what I'm saying? Now, you go into when it talks about when the Romans, you also had a piece of all the 10 tribes that was still there. That's why you had the woman that was from Asher. You know, the woman of that. You see what I'm saying? She was a that was in Israel. I want to follow ways. These people went down into Judah, and these people Africa with us. So black, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the black Gadites and black Ephraim, you know, they were eventually onto the slave ships. Dominican Republic brought Mexico. That's you know, a lot of them were ran. You know what I'm saying? But we were black going to Africa, you know what I'm saying? But then also the eastern of the world, which I just mentioned, that was here, you know, Jeremiah. A lot of them, you know what I'm saying, at the time were, you know, they the have the Cuban, you know, the Cuban people that were brought people look different or whatever. That's why you also had Gadites, you know what I mean? You look at the Mardi Gras Indians, they black as hell. You know what I'm saying? You look at the Mardi Gras Indians down in New Orleans, you know what I'm saying? They black as hell. And then a lot of their brothers are like a little more Asian. You know what I'm saying? With a black, dark man have a kid with a black woman, he have a kid, you know what I'm saying? Those children still gonna be brothers. The same thing, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Both of them will be quick to go. Be quick to get. Both of them will be right. You know what I'm saying? But they're different.
Exalt. Sorry, from.
Let me flip that so
Okay. Verse 14. For the Levites left their suburbs and their possessions and came to them from cutting the priests off unto the Lord.
From executing.
From executing the priest office unto the Lord.
So what did they do? They get them out. They get the king out and put them. They had no other choice but to go. Give me some more.
Verse 16. He ordained from the high places and for the devils, for which he had made, and after him, all the tribes of Israel.
Out of what?
All the tribes of Israel.
How many tribes? Read that. Take that part from the. Right.
And he had ordained.
No.
16.
Yeah.
Jerusalem.
Means what? Jerusalem, right? So means the Levites did. You see what I'm saying? If he said and forfeited and took all their goods and confiscated their goods and ran. Now imagine what happened for the people that were not priests. He got them back. Go ahead.
So Judah.
So they did what?
They strengthened the kingdom of Judah.
How did they do Judah? By leaving the kingdom of Israel. The woman of the tribe of Asher. Right quick.
Come on.
Luke chapter verse 30. You hit 16 again, and then hit 2 and 36.
2 and 36.
Right, Luke 2. You have, you know what I'm saying, and then you know, easy. Can you find it? Yeah. All right. Tribes of Israel, such as set their hearts to seek the Lord God of Israel, came to Jerusalem. They left. Of people of every tribe left. You know what I'm saying? The ones that Jeroboam was doing, they left. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do this. That's how they strengthened the kingdom of Judah. You know what I'm saying? This is how they strengthened it. They made Rehoboam the son of 3 years. for 3 years. And also produce children. Now give me the Luke chapter 2 and verse 36.
Luke 2 and 36. Of
who?
Asher.
Of the tribe of Asher. Right? So that proves, the point of peace of Asher.
Right.
She's the descendant of that.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, go ahead.
Luke 21. So armies then known that the
Jerusalem can pass with arms. This is Christ year 40. So it said when you see Jerusalem can pass with arms.
Or in them which are in the midst and let
the words Christ telling us to run in Africa. So, you know what I'm saying? You what to do? Do the same. Had to do the same thing. All of us had to be ran into Africa. You see what I'm saying?
right.
So what ended up happening? Deuteronomy 28:68. Yeah, go ahead, soldier. Go ahead. Right?
Right.
So now, Manasseh, ship, where at? Cuba. Puerto Rico. A lot of Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Gaspar Yanga, black as an ace of spades, beady afro,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? We think that's Judah, ain't Judah, that's you know what I'm saying? He was all known as trade, right? And he was also known for being a chief prince in Africa. He was a royal seed. You see what I'm saying? The royal, everything. And that's one of the reasons why you can't take some generation of us and produce, eventually they wanted, which would be a race of cows. They had to breed out the strength. So you have, take Peru now, Chile, Argentina, and all of that. You have they just come out all type of different damn colors and all of that. We came out looking the same, you know what I'm saying? But we couldn't resist our lust for heathen women, just like you see what I'm saying? Our people's damn American, you see a Native American man, what type of thing you gonna do? You know. You're gonna see him with a white woman. You see a white woman. One of the ones that I've known, you see just like Mexican, just like man. we be with a fat damn white woman. And now, you know what I'm saying? I've never in my life, you know, man, and never seen it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Native American man. You know what I'm saying? I had some friends like that back in the day. They fathers and left a straight up gas. His wife was a white woman, and his children looked. You know what I'm saying? Those were guys. You know what I'm saying? In the projects, you know what I'm saying? And cussed everybody out and shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you can't stop out to see who's under the. But that's what they need, you know. They're still gas. And their fathers were dark Indians. You know, white Indians. You know what I'm saying? Children still come out looking damn near white. You know, that's that thing can happen. You know what I'm saying? Because the light skin. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Come out. You know what I'm saying? They gonna come out looking majority like them. But that don't change what the hell they are. As a matter of fact, let me see what for time.
Oh God. Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 1. On that day, the book of Moses in the audience of the people, and then it was found written that the Amorites congregations of the God forever.
Moab, please start also consisted of two is with they women. Yeah. And what are they? It's a no. This is no.
And not like the children of Israel with bread, water, but fire against them, that he should curse them. How be a blessing. Past, when they had heard the law, that they separated from the
we give done a person. People. Go ahead and get the next verse.
And before this,
Eliashib.
The oversight of the house of our unto Tobiah, and for him a great chamber, a meat offering, and the oil which was commanded to be given to the Levites and the Levites and the singers and the
As a matter of fact, this is a point that I want to bring out here. Bring out here. Taking the once we start separating from the heathens, they had to allow the children. But the Jews, like they spoke, so that means they were clinging to who? They came from Ammon, right. They came from Moab, right. They came from totally in the ways of their moms. You see what I'm saying? Just like a brother that come into the truth, you know what I'm saying, and he got a wife or whatever, and his wife wicked as hell, she a Christian, and she done, and the child, he's a Christian, he coming against the father. He gotta, eventually he gonna have to, she wanna be a whore, you know what I'm saying, and the child, you know what I'm saying, she going to, just like here the heathen nations had orgies and all of that, you know what I'm saying? God. They had orgies, all that, where they have big old orgies, and the children were involved in the same damn things. That's one of the reasons why born sons. You see what I'm saying? Alive killed Aaron Onan. You know what I'm saying? And so, and so what this did was to Almighty save me. Eventually, so now with them being pushed into the lands of Ammon and Moab, like what they have them to do. Right. You see what I'm saying? Of the East. Right. Them all coming together, blend in. They're evil, but they are. In with them, with mama's people, so we gotta be something else. Now they come, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? Let's find our own people. You know what I'm saying? The 13th chapter. Ezra. Second Ezra 13 and 40. I'll go ahead and start out reading. Those are the 10.
So is the gathering another.
Wait a minute. It said that he what? Now, he wrote about the native Indians. What about peaceable people?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And he saw that himself. He saw that as a weakness.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So when it says read 39 again,
and whereas those sowers that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him.
Go ahead.
Those are the 10 tribes, which carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Oshea the king, who Salmanassar,
go ahead.
the king of Assyria, led away captive.
Captive.
And he carried them over the waters. And so he came, they, into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves, that they will have that they will leave the multitude of the heathen and go.
Now, with them saying that they will leave the multitude of the heathen, why are they gonna say this? Because they know that they don't fit in with that people. Right. Even though a lot of them look like them. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you was to sit there and take a bunch of Mexicans and put them in Cambodia. The Cambodians was brown, right? Right? The Cambodians are brown and all of that. Now you take a bunch of Mexicans and put them in Cambodia, the Mexicans is gonna realize, wait, man, hold on. They're gonna start, for one thing, they're gonna start to be mistreated.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They're gonna start to be abused and mistreated and all that. And they're gonna be like, we're gonna have to be our own people. We don't fit in among this group right here. Even though a lot of them, if they take on Cambodian wives, say 100 100 Issacharite men, Mexican men, went to Cambodia, took on Cambodian wives, and produced children, and their offspring will be like, man, look, even though they speak the language, they know the culture and all that, they're going to be like, man, we're different. That's what's going on here. You see what I'm saying? Like, man, we're different. That's why it says, but they took counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt. What country was that? Where never mankind dwelt. All that whole east of the truth. What country was that?
This America.
Right. This was the Americas. And it says also, they there might keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land, and they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the floods till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. This was a country where never mankind dwelt, and the country was a year and a half away. You see what I'm saying? That could only be one place. And notice it also says too, when we go to 46, then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now they shall begin to come. The highest shall stay the springs of the stream again, that they may go through. Wherefore sawest thou the multitude with peace. But, okay. Yeah, I'm going to drop that part because it's kind of going into something else. But the point that I was making is, you know what I'm saying, a year and a half away. Now we know how they got here. Why do a lot of them look the way that they do? Why are some of them still black? You know what I'm saying? You know, all of these questions should really be answered pretty much in this class right here.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to need you to read the announcements. We are the ISUPK coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, and the Commander General Yohana. Pay your tithes. Support the men of the Lord. Support this truth. Support your troops. We are the troops of the nation of Israel. Support the body of the one true body of Christ. And with that being said, turn it over to Trooper Nakashwan to read the announcements.
We are the ISUPK. This started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York City. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When the new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. Marasha means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase that the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department. Priest funds. Free will offering to the priest. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upholy convocations.
Go ahead, keep going.
Come on, God. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves.
With that being said, Mother Shabbat, Ahmad, Barak, Yahweh Bashir Yahushua Barak Atah. With that being said, class dismissed. One of these is stopped. Yeah, handle this for me, Truman.